So, let's spend a day in the bike shop, see what this motorcycling business is all about. Motorcycle Repair Torbay Ltd has been running since 2017. We started in like a little shed, which was about 20 foot by 20 foot, 2 bike ramps, probably fit no more than 5 bikes in. Now it's 2025. So just working on this Yamaha YS125. It's had a bit of an issue with a intermittent spark, but we've sorted out the spark problem, which turned out to be the ignition valve, which is very common on these bikes. I want to have a little chat about this. So this is the top of the range at the moment diagnostic tool. This has got an engine light on, so we're going to plug it in and we're going to see if we can reset that light. This is one of today's tasks, to get that reset. We've sorted out the ignition valve, put the bike back together, get it MOT'd, and I think the customer wants to sell it. We might sell it through the shop. What have you broke?
Right, actually, yeah. I don't think I broke it.
I think you broke it.
Huh?
I think you broke it.
I need help fix something.
Why, what's that?
My windscreen popped up.
Your windscreen's popped out?
Yeah, the windscreen. One of my bolts was fucking right, the other one popped out.
Ah, right. That's no bloody good, is it?
Yeah. And then it's literally, I was bike the other day, my mate's pulling it out, and I was like, what? And it's just like,
2 minutes. Just plug this in, I'll be right here. Ow.
I tried to put that thing myself, but I couldn't do it, so I was like, I'll take that with boys.
So that was his windscreen sorted out. Screws had just come loose and the rubbers were perished. He's back on the road. Let's get back over to this little YS125. Carry on with our day till the next customer comes in. Another happy customer. That's one of our regulars. That's why I wound him up. Get this thing plugged in, get some code red. Right. As you can see, it's got multiple wires. This is a Yamaha plug. Plug it in, turn the ignition on, see if we can read it. I know it will because I've plugged it before to this bike. Right, that's that, all reset, all sorted out. As you can see, that engine light will go off, fire up. That's another one done. Let's get this back together, give it back to the customer, and then he can make his decision whether he wants to sell it or not. It needs an MOT as well, so. Actually, whilst I'm here, let's have a little chat about this. So, I picked his toolbox up off of eBay. It's a DSD toolbox. There's a few other different makes. Don't get me wrong, it ain't no snap-on. or how far it's advanced or anything like that, but I've had this now for about 6 months. And I'll tell you what, it's been an excellent bit of kit. For 500 quid, it's a no-brainer. Even for your garage at home, or if you're a dealership or a bike shop. Let's face it, what sort of different mechanics does it make you just because you've got a snap-on kit? You'd just be more pissed off when you lose something. I'll give you a little look over it. Let's put these away. The good thing about this is you can actually put things back in their spaces, so if anything's missing, you know where it all is. Let's get that back in there. So here it is. It's a little bit customised with the old decals. It's got to have the old Kawasaki sticker, hasn't it? It's not a motorcycle toolbox unless it's got some Kawasaki stickers. I'm using that one, but as you can see, it's got all of these sockets. It goes from as little as 4mm in a 1/4 inch drive, right to a 32mm and 1/2 inch. You've got all these deep sockets, quarters, 3/8, 1/2 inch, impact sockets. I've always added a bit of my extra stuff. They don't come with any spark plug sockets, but I'll put some in there. Oh, I always added these as well, adapters. I cut that out and put some adapters in there because they're always handy. All different size Torx bits and Allen keys. It's even got like some specialists, not specialists, but if you're doing something like an Audi, those big Torx and multi-splines bits are very handy. What else we got? Ratchet spanners goes from 8mm to 19, to 22, 21. Not sure why you'd want 21. I don't really use that. Torque wrench. Make sure you actually let the tension off the torque wrench because it damages the springs and the internals. Little tip for you. Screwdrivers, got that one and that one over there, but there's 2 little ones and one that goes in there as well. But it's got all sorts in there. Torx drivers, flatheads, posies, and small screwdrivers. It's also got a nice full kit of pliers. So here you've got all your circlip pliers. I've not even used that one yet, that's still in the packaging. Snips, long nose, stubbies, bent long nose, whatever you want to call them. I call these pipe pliers. They call them combination pliers in here. Yeah, Ash, that's one for you, mate. And a little pathetic hammer, although it does come in handy for little jobs, but it's not good for drifting stuff out. But you can add your own. This was an added extra. Oh, I've got one missing there. These always end up missing, but these picks are handy. I'm not sure where I got them from. Some place on my travels. Again, Allen key sets, Torx and Allen keys. Goes up to a decent size. And in here, you can just have all your random rubbish. Hammers, drifts, cable ties, sealants. What I really like is this. Now, it did have a lock on it, but the lock really got on my nerves, so I took the lock off and put this on. And in here, this is my little diagnostic side. So we've got our diagnostic reader there. We've got our carb tune balancers there. All our little electrical wires and diagnostics. Yeah, sure I can find more to put in there. That's that. Get yourself one of these if you're looking for a decent toolbox. Oh, and it's got the work surface as well, which is pretty good. And also, tell you what, this good old bit of advertising, Parkside impact driver, a wicked bit of kit. Not that expensive. I think I paid about 40 quid for it, 50 quid from Lidl's. Goes up to 800 Newton meters apparently, which it does undo wheel nuts and stuff. But if you go look on here, it's hard to see, but it's got all the different torque settings. Good bit of kit. Lidl's. So we've just had this this custom hand-built bike brought in. It's called the Rogue Mark II. It's a local bike. The guy wants to sell it. He's had it for a couple of years and he just doesn't use it. He had it commissioned by Cobra Customs, which was literally just around the corner there. But they packed up a few years ago, although he still does a few from his house. He actually brought the bike over for the customer actually, so he still looks after it as well. We MOT'd it last year. But I'll take you over and we'll have a little look at that. It's come in for sale. Price tag 7.5 grand. So if you fancy a nice hand-built custom bike, comment below. Here she is. As you can see, that's the Hayabusa front end. It was built by this guy. It's called Cobra Customs, which you probably be able to find on Facebook. He did have a Facebook page. He's still doing bits and bobs. I've known Clive for quite a few years. Just check that frame out. This guy is an absolute legend at building frames. Makes his own handlebars as well. The Rogue Mark II. Clive owns the Rogue Mark I. It was actually a customer of his that's seen his Rogue Mark I and commissioned Clive to build this bike. It's like all the little bits, like the mudguard, chain guard. Look at that, that's pretty sick. I quite like that actually. He's custom made the exhaust pipes, completely made by himself. Nice rear shock. Everything's nice, clean and tidy. Literally, I'll zoom right in on this thing and you'll see there's a few bits of corrosion starting to come, but we'll sort that out. This is actually for sale. Set for 7.5. It cost about 12 to build. So someone's getting an absolute bargain. Now this is just a cover. This tank comes up and there's a fuel cell that Clive again has custom built himself. He's probably custom made these bars as well. That's the Hayabusa front ends. That headlight might be like a 9-inch or something. It looks pretty big. It's had all new discs when it was built. Calipers repowder coated and rebuilt. It's like a brand new bike when this was built. Look at the little indicators. And they're not cheap naffy little things. They're actually quite good quality, to be fair. I like the way he's made this intake as well. That's pretty cool. And the little expansion bottle here. A little rubber cap on it. Look at the exhaust system. It's pretty bloody epic, isn't it? I like the way he's hidden it down here and then returns out through there. And the frame at the back is pretty minimal. Yeah, ignition. Let's have another. So yeah, that's just a few things from today at Motorcycle Repair Torbay Ltd. Make sure you like, you share and subscribe. There's going to be lots more coming up on how to do's and top tips. That's a new one I like to do, a DIY top tip. There's a few mainly on our shorts, but I might start bringing it to the actual YouTube channel. Also on TikTok as well, there's a lot on there. Try and sort of skip between the two, although I want to concentrate more on YouTube coming up. So over the next few weeks and months, there's going to be a lot more content coming from me and Ash and both of us together. Might start doing like maybe a weekly thing of what's been happening around the shop, maybe set a few cameras up and catch a few things. Because there are some funny things that go on and some strange bikes that come in and weird situations. So make sure you like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.